This is Amelia Hazel. She is Victoria Hazel's long-lost sister. She's been living abroad for a while and she's come back to suburbia. I think she's hoping to reconnect with her family, particularly her sister. Victoria still lives with her parents and her husband on her parents' farm. I think the first thing we should do with Amelia is seek out her family. I don't know if they're just gonna drop by. That would be helpful, that would be useful. It might be a little bit more proactive if we went out, perhaps to Old Town, and tried to find them ourselves. I know that Victoria's parents are often kind of going to the market to sell their vegetables, so we might see them there. Victoria's husband is also a animal lover, so he might be down at the park spending time with dog owners. I can see some Sims coming onto the lot just as we're leaving, but it's Tiffany and Brad, no surprises there. We're gonna head out, you guys, and see if we can find the Sims we're actually looking for. Let's go to the farm shop first and see who's about. Of course, Brad and Tiffany, even though they were just at my house following me around, obviously. Victoria is usually at work in the day, so it might be a bit of a miracle if she shows up, to be honest. But very well, in the spirit of meeting our neighbours, considering we've just moved back to town, maybe we should go talk to the burbs. I'm kind of imagining Amelia has been living abroad for several years, and she hasn't really wanted to have contact with her family because she wanted a different life. It's kind of a similar story to Victoria, actually. Victoria is very different from her parents. She's very career-driven. She's very ambitious. She wants to be where things are happening. She doesn't want to just be at home on her parents' farm. But of course, she is living on her parents' farm. So I do wonder if maybe there's been a little bit of tension between Amelia and Victoria. Maybe Amelia has been having not the life that Victoria dreamed of, but kind of another life that Victoria at the moment doesn't feel like she can have. Normally I'd say, seeing as we're here at the farm shop, we might as well buy something because that way it's not a wasted trip. But to be honest, nobody is showing up and I don't really think Amelia is ready to plant her own garden at the moment. So we're going to call the cab and go somewhere else and see if we can find the family elsewhere. This is clearly not the place to be. Even Brad and Tiffany are leaving. Okay, hold up. Hold up. There is Esmeralda. Pause the game. This is Amelia's mother. She's alone. Why is she alone? Mum? It's me, Mum. Do you remember me? She's running away. She's going upstairs. I think she doesn't want to talk to us right now. She's a little bit freaked out. She's like, I need to calm my nerves. I'm going to order a pastry. It's kind of strange that Amelia's father and Victoria, obviously, hasn't shown up either. Okay, Esmeralda, or Mother, as I should call you, you've had your pastry. I'm going to come upstairs and talk to you. And I need to ask how you are because it's been such a long time. I don't think Esmeralda would blame Amelia for going abroad and trying to live her own life. It's kind of a normal thing for a young Sim to want to do. I think the problem is more why Amelia has been away for so long. It's like, okay, daughter, you've gone and lived overseas, but you didn't reply to my letters, you didn't answer my calls. Now you've shown up at the local cafeteria and farm shop like no time has passed. She's hungry. Esmeralda is hungry. Yeah, it's big news to take on an empty stomach. I think Esmeralda is telling us that she's unemployed, but really what that means is that she stays on the farm and looks after the garden. She's walking off back into the pet shop. I think, Amelia, we're going to leave it for now and go home because what I reckon will happen is Esmeralda will go back and tell her husband and Victoria that Amelia is back in town and we don't need to kind of go around introducing ourselves at this stage. I think we just let the word spread naturally. And maybe we want to open up the channels of communication with our family. I am feeling like maybe it's more likely Victoria will drop by now that she will eventually find out that we're back. And I think it's maybe not right for me to just focus on the sister relationship. I think it is important for Amelia to reconnect with her parents as well. Of course, she's never met Victoria's husband ever in her life, so that's somebody else for her to meet, probably down the line. It's only the middle of the day, but we're getting a little bit tired because we spent so many hours in Old Town. I think we'll take a bit of a nap. It would be good if we could just get the basics of cooking so I don't have to worry about starting a fire every time we cook something. Let's go to sleep and then sort of consider our next move. I think maybe we should think about getting a job as well, although Amelia has just moved into this very, very small cottage that's just gonna meet her absolute most basic needs. And we've actually got quite a bit of money to cover bills and things like that, so I'm not really too worried about working at the moment. I think it could take a bit of time even for Amelia to figure out what she'd even like to do for a job, because she's been away, so it's a bit early to be thinking about that. It is quite cozy just living in one room like this, with the tiniest bathroom and tiniest bedroom. It's a little bit late, but we could try and call over Amelia's mum and see if she'd like to sort of chat more. Now that we've had the initial meeting earlier in the day in a third space, like a public place, maybe inviting her over just for a chat would be a good idea. Although it is 10 p.m. at night, so she might be putting her feet up and watching TV around about now. Esmeralda says, "I thought you'd never ask. I'll be over in a minute." Well, that's great. We'll be waiting. Now, see, this is what I was hoping for. I'd like to have someone tag along with me if that's okay. Yes, please bring Victoria. And please bring Dad as well, because I'd like to see both of them. Watch her bring like Tiffany Burb or somebody. That would be annoying. Look who it is. It's Victoria. And it's Dad. It's Jeremiah. And there's Esmeralda. It's the whole family. They've all come to my cottage out in the wilderness. Hello, everyone. Hi, sister. Hi, Dad. Don't mind me, I'm just watering my plants on the underside of my lake. I'll be right with you. We are reunited, sister. We've got so much to catch up on. Hi, Dad. And yes, it's thanks to Mum, Esmeralda, for making all of this possible. I can't invite you in for a coffee because I don't have a coffee machine. I can't invite you in for a drink because I don't have a bar. I can't really host in any meaningful way, which is a shame. But the sisters are chatting and they seem to be getting on really well. They're talking about roads going through mountains. That seems to be something they have in common. Jeremiah is leaving because it's too late, and I guess Esmeralda will do the same. Okay, bye sis. This has been really nice. This has been really good. I'm feeling extremely positive. I think the way Jeremiah was kind of playing with a puppet and telling jokes to Esmeralda, it was like he was a little bit uncomfortable with the whole situation. He was kind of using humor to deflect a little bit. He wasn't really talking to us directly. He wasn't really saying, "Daughter, how are you? It's been such a long time. Why have you come back? What's been going on with you?" I think we can kind of work on that maybe later, but we've definitely broken the ice with Victoria and Esmeralda. And I kind of applaud Esmeralda's sensitivity for not bringing Miguel, Victoria's husband, this first time that we were all meeting again, because I think that would have been too much. I think it's too much pressure for Amelia when she's just come back to her hometown again. We're going to do a bit more studying for a cooking skill point, then we'll go to bed and see what the next day brings us. There are quite a lot of flowers that need watering on this lot. I mean, I could get a gardener actually, but I think because we don't have a job at the moment, Amelia should have enough time to keep an eye on the plants. I think I want to call Victoria over again. She's at work till 4 p.m, so it'll have to be later, but we've got a few things to do around the house. We need to tidy up the newspapers and care for our needs and things, so let's do that. We'll do a bit more plant watering as well. It's getting close to 4 o'clock, so I think we will call Victoria and see if she's interested in hanging out. She might say no. I mean, it's a lot to process. The idea that your sister has just returned from who knows where. Victoria says her place is Dullsville. I don't know if you'll have more fun here, Victoria, because there's really not a lot going on. But I think this is more about just continuing our reconnection. Oh, I see what you're doing, Victoria. You've brought your husband. Okay, is this a test? What's going on? Are we ready for this? It's very soon. Okay. Let's greet Victoria first. I think she wants to see if we talk to Miguel or if we ignore him, or... I mean, it's not like she needs our approval or blessing or anything like that. They've been married for a while. It's not like a brand new relationship. I wonder if Victoria feels a little bit uncomfortable coming over by herself, because even though Victoria and Amelia were getting on really well yesterday, I think, again, when there's like other Sims there, it's sort of like, it's a little bit less intense. I was thinking it's more intense if you have more Sims. It would be better to just have these one-on-one interactions. But maybe it puts more pressure on the idea of reconnecting. I don't know. I don't think I can compliment Victoria without Miguel getting upset, so I won't do that. We'll just keep talking and leave it at that. Actually, we're going to make some dinner. I don't know if you guys want to stick around. Miguel is so relaxed. He's just standing there, chilling amongst the trees. Or he's waiting to talk to Victoria. Maybe Victoria is a bit sad about all of this. Like, if somebody's been away for a long time, it's like that could be many years of a relationship that you've not had with them because there was some kind of rift. Or, I don't think there was a rift though. I think it's more like Amelia was just like figuring herself out, trying to be her own person. But I could also see emotions still kind of running high. I could see Victoria feeling quite fragile about this, but not wanting to show that she's fragile because she's such a kind of strong woman. She's got this quite serious outer appearance, I think, that she shows the world, but inside, obviously, she's only human. Like, she's sensitive as well, you know, underneath it all. I think she longs for a nice relationship with her sister, and we just don't know how that's going to go yet. I mean, either way, the band-aid's kind of been ripped off now because Amelia has met all her family again and also been introduced to Miguel for the first time. So there's not really anybody else to meet, except I guess Miguel's cat, but maybe that meeting will be later as well. Victoria is laughing at Amelia's jokes. I think things are opening up, which is good, but Victoria's kind of shutting down the conversation quite quickly. Maybe she's not like wanting to talk that much. Again, with kind of humor is this way of easing a relationship. Oh look, they're having a hug. She's accepted the hug. Okay, this is good. This is good. We're not friends yet, but we are getting there. There we are friends. It is getting quite late though, you guys. If you wanted to head off, now might be a good time. We're gonna start getting ready for bed anyway. This was an invasion of privacy, Miguel. We've only just met. So yes, you may as well leave. You can leave the house now, because that's what you came in here to tell me. Well, I guess we're going to bed without a shower, but that's fine. Victoria's still in the living area watching TV. I'm just gonna leave her, but we're really tired, Victoria, so good night. Okay, there you go. It is too late. Good night. Okay, I feel quite satisfied that Amelia has been able to reunite with her family. What I'm not really sure about is how involved Amelia's family will want to be in her life, because they've had their life all this time doing their thing. So Amelia kind of coming back into the fold, it's like, is that gonna change the dynamic? I think sometimes just taking the first steps to reconnect can be quite difficult, but I feel like we kind of achieved that, so I'm quite pleased, to be honest. I'm gonna leave this video here. I've made a few videos about Victoria and her family in the past, so I'll link those in the description if you want to check those out next. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.